yeah, waiting on protocol to finish its update. It's currently at 97%, so about 98. So it should be here, ready, done here in just a second. So welcome to the first morning stream of this new schedule I'm going to be trying out. Let's see how well it even works. Because again, most of the time when Nelly is at work, I'm at home, kind of either working on personal projects, playing games. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I try to use that time to stream? I think that might be a good use of the time instead of me just. Don't get me wrong. Some of the projects I'm working on has been very, very good to learn how to do. But now it's like there's just been a lot going on. Been a lot going on personally. But with that, looks like the game is all ready to go. So without further ado, here we go. We're loading on into Blue Protocol. I was gonna say Star Protocol, but that's just wrong. It's Blue Protocol. Compiling shaders. I'm waiting. But I think I am a little too obsessed with this game. It is an obsession at this point. There we go. All right, so we will start off with the story quest. Level 42. Gemu harimashou. Sobimashou. Let's have fun. Let's do this. Let's get her done. %65%. I'm still waking up, guys, okay? I got my milk, I got my water, got some food in me. And I'm ready to rumble. Okay, I have a feeling we're going to start off pretty buggy. Yep, immediately. Oh, I see a chest over here. Open! No, I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to jump up. Okay. Look at the map. Okay, we gotta go over here, so we're both fast travel. Over here. Teleport. Okay. And I technically did. What did I do? Handbook. The manual. Up, we're on to day 6. Task completed. Objectives on this page. Hey, gosh dang, I already did 4. Clear chaotic round 1. Clear 6 times in a park. This is just for me playing. Fashion. Click 100, okay. Okay, I can knock that out real fast right now. Defeat 10 elite monsters, okay. Yo. Oh, cool. Oh, would you look at that? I got the 2 basics right there. Ha ha ha. So yeah, we'll do the batch use and open all 4. Really? Okay. Now we can go back to the handbook and get the benefits. Map exploration. 2 scenic spot check-in. Interesting. Okay, gear. Oh, I can enhance. Got it. That's what it is. And that's what also is going to be in the profile. Is that? Yeah. I think with that, we're good to continue the story mission now. Yeah, I got him. Episode 4. Unknown roads ahead. Naruna! Arona was talking to herself while staring at the moon. Who could it be? It's weird. What are you mumbling? Could it be weird? Ezra, Tina, you finally arrived. Take a look at this. Arona raised the item in her hand. Its rough texture and plant-like patterns make it clear. It was a piece of bark. Closer, silver inscriptions were etched across its surface. Travelers of the Tide. BR? Greater than BR. Do not enter the tribe before dusk. Where kindling flames flicker, heed the moon's phases. When Alvera and I were approaching Kanima tribe, this thing just shot out of the forest and landed right in front of us. Strange, isn't it? Someone is sending us a message. Such a move is classic Kanamian. Having lived apart from others for so long, they're naturally very mysterious. Alvera said the same thing. The good news is that the sender doesn't seem hostile. If anything, they're trying to help us. That's called a warning shot. Yes, the message on the bark can be interpreted as visitors should not enter the village before nightfall. There are other clues near the torches. Find any of these clues? Our understand was quite enigmatic, so Alvera and I agreed to be cautious and spend some extra time near the torches. And guess what? We uncovered another piece of the bark's another bark hidden in the woodpile. What does this one say? Travelers of the Tide. Between the beckoning stream and the crashing falls, the moon's phases bestows its gift. It's eepy. Between the stream and waterfall. That must mean the waterfall near the tribe. Did the sender leave something for us there? That's what Alvera thought. She's gone to check the waterfall. She should be back soon. During Alvera's absence, I observed the tribe in front of us. They're silent, as if they have been swallowed by the night in the air. We can only hear the crackling sparks from fire. So quiet though. I've traveled many places. This is my first time here. This land, it feels like strangers aren't welcome. Actually, the communions weren't always isolated. During the war, their chieftains fought alongside us as allies. But afterwards, that they withdrew entirely from the outside world. What happened? It was my fault. Ooh! Olvera! We find Olvera standing in the darkness. Due to my incorrect info, the communions suffered terrible casualties, and the entire tribe was nearly destroyed. I thought that revisiting Kamina would be impossible. Thankfully, someone in the tribe is willing to help us. Olvera, did you find any new clues by the waterfall? Yes, our friend left this. Olvera unwrapped a package containing 4 sets of tribal outfits, along with another piece of art. Within the folds of this letter lies a gift, a veil agent, the scent of the world beyond. Draped in its embrace, you become one with nature. Only then may you step into the village. What you seek lies in our hallowed grounds. Now tread lightly. Night has fallen, and the weight of dew clings to earth. Each step whispers in the dark. These are traditional Kanima outfits, so someone in the tribe is really helping us out. These 4 outfits fit us perfectly. Don't you find our mysterious friend supernaturally informed? Our friend must have investigated us thoroughly. They're probably aware of why we've come. Indeed, the message says, what seek lies in our hallowed grounds. Hallowed grounds? Hold on, are they referring to the Forbidden Zone of Kanamia? Kanamia? Forbidden Zone of Kanamia? That place can truly be called the mystery within mysteries. I hear the Kanamians that mentioned it back then, but when I tried to ask more, the subject was never brought up again. Here's the plan. Let's change the Kanima outfits and split up. Moving together would draw too much attention. Good point. Let's split up. Agreed. Everyone, stay safe. After Vera, Tina Ariana passes me a small bag. Take this. What's inside? Behold, the partner pouch, featuring a collection of items personally chosen by me. If you run into trouble, it might come in handy. Thanks. Hold on. Whatever we are, don't be so polite with me anymore. Alright, time is of the essence, so I'll begin my investigation in this unknown territory. Ezra exercise the utmost caution. Roger. Neat, I like the outfit besides the mask. And did they make me smaller? I think they made me smaller. In more ways than one. What's wrong? You don't seem like yourself today. Your auntie yesterday got hit by a copper horn. May the ancestors protect you. Are you alright? I can hunt again. Oh, it'll be a while before I can. If only we could hold another blessing rituals for the ancestors. Just one sip of the spring water, they bless. Okay. Yeah, but who knows when we'll be able to perform that ritual again. Alack. They mentioned spring blessings by the ancestor heals wounds. Okay. Could it just be pure water? Little rascal! Did you try to hide today? May the ancestors protect you, Uncle Kuri. I did finish before I went to play. Don't give me that. I just checked. They're full of bugs. Be honest. Where'd you run off this time? I was under the eastern cliffs, praying to the ancestors so Dad's injury would heal. You were there again. Sorry, Iruka. I was too harsh just now. It's true that there hasn't been much blessing ritual there in a long time. Next time, I'll go with you. The blessing ritual seems to hold a deep importance for their tribe. Where's he at? They made me smaller! No sign of Yoritsu. I'm sorry, Elder, the area is just too dangerous to be parked. Black will have something to do. The Forbidden Zone sealed off for too long. That's just so much! Without spring water, they won't arrive anytime soon. I'll gather more people and keep looking. Okay. Let's analyze here. What is the purpose of the Forbidden Zone? Spring water. Heal injuries. Heal wounds. That's what it does. Oh wait, what about blessing ritual? Okay. It has been closed for too long. It's possible location. Below the eastern cliff. Go to the eastern cliff. Big shocker there. Do a flip. Do a flip. Do another flip. Yaha! So they have guards stationed outside. I need to find a way to lure them away. Let's see if there's anything useful in Ariana's pouch. Put out 3 items in your bag. See which one might be useful. A box of sparklers! These are leftover sparklers from firework festival, complete with Erna's cheerful note. When you're in trouble, make something go BANG! Sparklers should be able to catch the guard's attention. Let's give it a try. Good job. 3 guards. There's fireworks in the archives. Here we go!
Konbanwa.
Okay, I really like her outfit. Hello, young girl. Travelers of the tide, I have been expecting you. Did you send the message? That's right. The moon's phases revealed that 4 travelers would come from the tides. One is the green warbler. She is the daughter of the forest. One is the red cardinal. She is blessed by the sea breeze. Another one is the silver wolf. She is a shadow beneath the lightning, seeking to correct the missteps of her past. And me? And the last one. The young girl gazed at me calmly. Her eyes were as serene as the moonlight. Is you. Wait, what? You gave all these, like, awesome names. What about me? The bonds of fate and cause rest with you. Sorry, I didn't quite understand what you mean. The girl didn't continue the topic. She fetched a bronze mirror and reflected it towards me and the sky in the mirror. My eyes it gradually aligned with the moon. When the moon hits ya like a giant pizza pie. It's the moon crimp. I can't stay long. You may ask 3 more questions. What is your favorite color? This young girl is clearly extraordinary. I must use these 3 questions wisely by focusing on what's important. What is your purpose? The moon phases tell me that the planes are in turmoil. If ignored, Kanamians will face disaster again. And you, travelers of the tides, are the key to ending this turmoil. I need you, and you need me. How exactly can we help? What you seek lies beyond this doorway. Only the Kanium brave who passes this selection may enter. The fang on your mask is a token of selection. After sunrise, seek to become the Kanamiya brave. I touched my mask. Indeed, there was a fang with a strange pattern carved into it. She had prepared proper identities for all of us in advance. I have one last question. That's right. Who are you? I am Rorola. Rorola, priestess of the Kanania tribe. The moonlight had vanished, giving way to a pale glow of dawn on the horizon. The young priestess departed with the same grace that marked her arrival. Before disappearing, she turned back with a fleeting smile. Until we meet again, Ezra. The girl was gone. I had so many questions to ask. As those words hung in the air, a Kaneem girl emerged from the bushes with a playful wink. Arona! My Arona! That's not fair! While you and the pretty girl were chatting about life philosophy by the moon ocean, I was running around distracting the guards for you. My legs are killing me. I am grateful for your help. Fine. I was just having some fun. You've actually uncovered some critical information. Good work. According to my research, this Rolola is not only a priestess, but also the daughter of the Kanemian chief. A pretty big deal. If she's telling the truth, we must attend this Kanemia Brave selection. Let's go! Quinn! Present your token, both of you. I need to verify your identification codes for the selection. We handed over our fangs. He nodded solemnly as he investigated them carefully. Addresses Arona. May the ancestors protect you. You shall be known as Green Warbler. Your participation is confirmed. Green Warbler? Just as the priestess predicted. Turns to me. May the ancestors protect you. You shall be known as Tide Envoy. Your participation is confirmed. So, Rorola did arrange everything as promised. The selection for Kanamiya Brave will commence shortly. Please wait here. I smell something fishy going on. That's just networking. Our code names. Clearly that mysterious priestess Lady marked us. I bet if Olvera and Tina were here, they'd be given fancy names like Silverworth and Red Cardinal. So where did they go? Speaking of which, I'm a bit worried. Before this, I sent them a message about what's going on here. The current plan is to split into 2 groups. I compete the selection to become the Academia Brave and access the Forbidden Zone with you, while they'll attempt to communicate with the chieftain about the Void Sigil. There's another Void Sigil?! Almost certainly. Thimble is attempting to block the flow of Ingram across the plains using Void Sigils. He won't give up. Ingram and Void Sigil and Void Ingrams exist in balance, like light against darkness. With the purest Ingram now concentrated in Kanamiya, the embodiment of Void Ingram will certainly manifest here too. There are so many risks, and with the tribe's communication being unreliable, I can't contact them. I'm really worried. Have faith in them. You're right. Let's focus on our task, becoming the Kanamiya Brave. Let's go!
偉大なるカナミヤの祖先たちよ。 我らをお守りください。我ロトロワニが金宮部族が酋長の名において有志灘に選抜試練の開始を宣言する。まずは最初の試練。獲物から戦利品を持ち帰った者のみが次なる試練に進める。戦士たちよ、狩りに出よう。
Okay, so now we go hunt. Rorola. We meet again. I knew you would come. Yes, have you chosen your hunting target yet? Not yet. Then hunt for Iron Fang. Kanamian's a beast of rampage, an embodiment of disaster and tragedy. Its mane glows crimson red, while its fangs shine with the otherworldly blue light. It has plagued our tribe for many years. If you can claim Iron Fang's tusk, you'll surely get to the next round. Yeah, you're sending me to hunt something you guys have struggled with for years. Way to outsource your problems. Thank you for the suggestions. Not really. Every Canadian knows of this evil creature. Iron Fang's den lies just ahead. King the Fang is up to your ability. I'll make it. May the ancestors protect you. May you return safely. Okay. Aw, I can't glide apparently. I was gonna use the momentum to carry me down. Hey, Arona. Let me see. It's actually the red-haired beast tusk. You're amazing. The beast smells terrible. I definitely wouldn't want to run into that. What did you bring back? Here, I got sacks from a giant arachno crab. It's a pity, really. They look rather appetizing. Don't eat everything you buy. Not everything is food. I'm just kidding. Come on, let's get some in our trophies. Quinn. Please present your trophies. Presents the Arachno Crab Sack. Here's mine. Green Warbler Trophy, Princess Arachno Crab Sacks. Registration complete. Presents Iron Fang's Tucks. And this is mine. Submit. It's an Iron Fang's tusk! I never thought I'd see the day Iron Fang would be taken down! These youngsters are indeed something. Go get them. I'm looking forward to your performance in the next round. Congratulations to us both for advancing. I'm curious what the next challenge awaits us. The chief is about to speak. Let's go listen. This concludes the first trial. Warriors who have successfully returned with trophies may advance to the next challenge. You'll be paired off for a round-robin tournament. The one who defeats everyone will be the final choice for the Konami Brave. A round-robin, huh? Looks like we're bound to face each other. Bring it on! Words don't mean anything now. Just watch me perform later. See you in the arena. Let's go! Oh, I'm back to my normal stuff. I'm in my normal clothes now.
士たちよ、今日は金宮の祖先に己が胆力と豪勇を示すがよい。これより勇士ナダニの試練を開始する。
And not even a scratch. That was a spectacular battle. Congrats to Congrats to Tide Envoy. Please take a short break. Take your position. Let the match begin. Complete! Seeing me approach, the Konami Chief's inspections grew serious, his eyes studying me carefully. Tide Envoy, or perhaps I should call you Adventurer from Astraleads. Haha, so you got me. Yes, my name is Ezra. Good, I appreciate your honesty. But any outsider who forges an identity to run for Konami Brave selection and tries to infiltrate Forbidden Zone shall face whipping as punishment. Father, don't! Don't mess with our guests like that. Rola! Congratulations on your victory. Father, given the special circumstances, we should be honest. Very well. There's not much point in hiding anything anyway. A disaster recently struck the plains, and if it continues, Kanamiya will be affected too. My daughter and I have been desperately searching for a solution, but found nothing. Until my daughter made the last prophecy, I never expected that an ancestor and the moon phases would choose you, an uninvited guest of Astraleads. Despite my misgivings about the outside world, I cannot allow our tribe to face another catastrophe. So when those two familiar faces appeared last night, we once again formed an alliance. So you've met Elvira and Tina. So all this has already been figured out. Got it. Yes, they're helping repair our defensive structures elsewhere, should calamity strike suddenly. Seeing them brought back memories of those days. So clear, it seems like yesterday. Father, you're going too far. Ezra, since you've claimed victory, you are now the legitimate Konami Brave. I have no objection to this. May I now enter the Forbidden Zone? I understand. However, one of the keys required to open the Forbidden Zone was lost during the war years ago. To enter Forbidden Zone, you must find the missing key. Where was the key lost? I'm not sure if I'm right, but at this moment the chieftain's face showed an incredibly complex mixture of emotions. Rolla will guide you to that place. Alright, come find me when you're ready. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Whee! Hey, Arona. What happened back there? Y'all look so serious for such a long time. Explain what happened. It was a bittersweet conversation. The good news is we no longer have to worry about Olvera and Tina's safety. Yay! But the bad news is the cave has been lost somewhere bad in a place so terrible that the Communiums haven't recovered after all these years. How about I go in your place? I can handle it myself. True, you are the Academia Brave now. Then I'll just wait here and trusting you'll come back safely. Darn tootin'! Rolla. Are you ready now? I'm ready. I'm ready. Ooh, level 43. And I got Chase the Midnight. Tight on ability. I'm sick with Monster Hunter. Talents. I have a talent I can spend. I'm actually going to. Okay, let's read through this real quick. Increased critical rate of Blizzard. I don't think I really use Blizzard that much. Frost Lance that consumes Frost Crystal. Yes. Yes to that. Yes to that. The area of Glacier Hymn while within. Okay. Increase the critical rate of Blizzard. 50%. He's like, let me look at my skills. Which one's Blizzard? I don't have Blizzard equipped. Okay. I don't have Blizzard. I have Crystal Veil, Maelstrom, Tideful, Frost Lance, and Glacier. Okay, Glacier Hymn. Okay, that one. We do have Glacier Hymn. Aha! That actually might be very useful. So, wait, what does this do? That could be helpful. Okay. So, plan. I'll do this. This way, 1, 2. Actually, wait a second. Until I. 1. Then next time I'll do this, this. Actually, I'll do these two and this, and then, yeah. Okay, Rorola! Here you are. Where's this place? It's called the Wander Site. It is where the Twilight people wander. Twilight people? In the land of Kanami, when people die, some attachments remain after the passing. These attachments carry the memories of life, taking on their former shapes, wandering here until they once again feel the call of their ancestors. This place exists like a rift in time, a twilight between day and night, holds memories and past events suspended, hence its name, the Wander Site. The embodiment of those lingering attachments who wander here are known as the Twilight People, or simply spirits. This is hallowed ground, a place of rest where the living should not stay. Forgive me for not accompanying you. I entrust this with you, for now. Blessed by our ancestors and the moon's phases, it will ensure your safety. If you encounter wandering spirits, approach them with the staff. The staff can help them find peace and return to the ancestors. May they find their peace. Those who linger in the Wander Site are gentle souls, so you don't need to be overly concerned. Finding the key might be my bigger concern. The key was once carried by my sister, Yardsey. Yahtzee! She, along with others who perished during the war, once wandered through this wander site. Like a dynamite. May the ancestors protect you. I'll remain here until your return. Let's go! Stranger dead. After all these years, you're the first living person I've seen! Don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. Judging by your outfit, could you be from the Astraleads? Yes, I am. Wonderful, my friends were both from Astraleads. I must say, being the only one here all these years has been dreadfully dull. Just look at all those others around me. They do nothing but drift aimlessly about. How are you different from them? That's true. Normally spirits have no consciousness, but somehow I seem to retain some memories and awareness. But that only makes my existence more tedious. Day after day I observe these fellows, and regardless of what one says to them, they just eternally repeat the actions of their final moments, forever trapped in that terrible war. I often wonder in these days, if these days are a blessing or a curse. Tell me, young one. How did the Astralead Independence War turn out? How is Astralead doing right now? Astralead is the idea. Is that so? That's wonderful. Truly wonderful. Great job. I knew you all could do it. Speaking of which, I wonder how that kid Olvera's doing. I'm also a friend of Olvera. What a coincidence. I should introduce myself. I'm Ted. Don't let my form fool you. I was once the council chair of the Artisan Guild in Astraleads. During the Astraleads Independence War, I led the artisans to help Olvera set up the defenses here to hold back the enemy. Our Canadian allies were a great help as well. I'm curious, what brings you here? Is it something to do with Olvera? Explains the circumstances. I see, so those Dark Mist Legion bastards are still causing trouble. Allow me to assist you. Though I'm merely a spirit now, no one knows this place better than I do. Good, happy to have you here. Are you familiar with Yahtzee? Yahtzee. Oh, I remember her. A brave young girl. So she didn't survive either? What a pity. It's been too long. Let me think. Back then, right here, I saw her.
あの日、俺たちギルドはカナミアの同盟者とここに防衛装置の設営をしていた。ロハロナは俺たちのためカナミア伝統の祈りを捧げてくれたさ。だがバーンハルトの進行は予想よりはるかに早かった。全力で抵抗したが結局は多勢に無勢。ほとんどの交渉たちがここで永遠に眠ることになった。だが悲しんでいる暇はなかった。それは悪夢の始まりに過ぎなかった。
Oh, come on! Like, it was getting good. One thing is for sure, Yahtzee survived the battle took place here. Otherwise, we would have seen the spirits among these wanderers. But where did Yahtzee go? If only these fellows could tell us something. But alas, they cannot communicate at all. They could witness the peace that now prevails. Perhaps they could also go to their attachments and find their peace. Forgive me, young one. Even looking like this, I've still got knowing habit of living in good old days. Allow me to try. You can do that. How marvelous. I'll do that later. Sorry to trouble you with those folks. I'll do my best here to recall anything about Yahtzee. Hi guys! Free the undead. Free the undead. Speak to Ted. Thank you, young traveler. These poor souls have finally found their peace. Do you remember anything else? You know, now that you mention it, I do remember when the enemy attacked, other defense points were also active. After Avera defeated the enemies here, she left to secure the other defensive sites. If I remember correctly, Ritzy went with her. It's not far ahead. Follow me. Let us go. Spirit Ted.
思い出した。
I remember now.
ここだ。
This is
間
definitely
違いない。
Go on.
交渉ギルドの全員がここで犠牲になってしまったが、俺たちは最後まで使命を全うした。俺が終わったのもここだ。
Ah, this way died.
オルベラの支援のおかげで最後の防衛装置を設置することができた。最後の一人となった俺は起動キーをオルベラに託したんだ。あの時はまだ勝機はあると確信してたよ。
I can't believe I forgot it. This is where I met my end. At least I had the rare privilege of seeing Olvera cry, which in retrospect seems like a worthy final moment. Olvera actually cried? Hard to believe, right? If I were still alive, I'd never stop telling that story. I might be the only person who's ever seen her shed tears. Anyway, back to the point. Yoretzi, considering everything, she must have met her end here just as I did. But spirits can't possibly retain memory after death. Sorry, young one, I can't give you any more clues. Thank you, help me out already. It's my pleasure. I just remembered something that might interest you, though it may not be much of a clue. Back then, I instructed all artisans of our community ally station here to maintain logbooks, recording any anomalies they encountered during their duties. Perhaps they left some clues in their logs that day. I suppose my form has impaired memory somewhat. Would you mind searching for these logs? Finding them might trigger some memories. And let's purge up. Free the undead. The log. Spirit Ted. Well, damn, it's easy to find quite a few. Let's give Ted the logs. Display. Yes, this is it. Let's see what these fellows recorded in their final moments. We received word that the enemy has invaded. Should I return to our ancestors' embrace in this battle? Ask that my family whispers my name during the next ritual. The name is smudged, but I recognize the handwriting. It belongs to Ere Kamania. How I wish to taste the Astrolite style roasted meat one more time. That's Otelli, alright? Haha, food's on his mind, even at the very end. The enemy approaches. If we can hold out until Commander Olvera arrives, victory will be ours. Averna, you were right. I did win. He wipes his eyes, though a spirit-eyed shows no tears. Forgive me, I'm embarrassing myself. I never laugh at another's pain. Pain, I feel no pain. They face their end with dignity, free from fear or suffering. I feel only pride for them. What brave souls they were. It is an honor to fight alongside them. They will be remembered. Oh well, once we're gone, being remembered becomes less important. What truly matters is whether we live our lives to the fullest. Anyway, there's one more log. Let's take a look. The beautiful kind priestess Yoretzi has gone to reinforce the northeastern position. May the ancestors protect her safety. If I survive this battle, I shall most certainly propose to her. So Navilla had such feelings hidden away. That sly fox. They will find each other in the beyond. Yes, that's true. It seems that to find Yoretzi, you must proceed to the northwest position. I'm afraid I cannot journey with you there. Please stay. Do spirits have business to attend to? Because everything is held dear has now found disclosure. Astrolite has prevailed, and I've said my goodbyes to these fellows. I have no regrets now. Once a spirit relinquishes its attachment, the purpose of its existence also disappears. Bye, Ted!
ありがとうな、若き冒険者さん。最後にもう一つだけ頼まれてくれないか。オルベラに伝えてくれ。過去にとらわれず前へ進んでほしいとな。
They're going hidden with this. I like the way they're treating death here. Read the log.
重傷を負い逃げることのできない俺たちのためオルベラ団長は最前線で戦ってくれていた。最後まで俺たちを助け出そうと。だけどこのままじゃ誰一人生き延びられないって分かってた。その時行方不明だったはずのロハロネが現れ提案をしてきた。敵軍を引きつけオルベラが突破できる時間を稼ぎ防衛装置を起動させようと彼女は最後に骨笛を奏でた。その音色は本当に美しかった。
Look, they didn't need to go this hard. They really did it. This is Blue Protocol. Blue Protocol Star Residence. Oh, well, Commander Irvin. Take the key. Can the ghost here see know why I'm here? Ooh, level 45. I leveled up. Yeah, essentially Blue Protocol. It's a kind of anime MMORPG. It's actually a lot of fun. I've been obsessed with this game. Very, very obsessed. No, not that. Features, leisure. Okay. Oh man, that's kind of mean. Not quite a gotcha, at least not. Again, it's more MMORPG. Yes, they do have a gotcha thing, but it's definitely more in the cosmetics and some summons. Like, again, it's mostly outfits. Which, again, you can earn for free. Do the Orb Store, Vault Store, others. I got 3 tickets. So it has a small gotcha element, but mostly it's an MMO. It's just playing an MMO. Like there's world bosses, there's just a ton of activities to do. So story mode's done. It is time to go and fight. We're gonna go do some dungeons. Oh, 1 second here. Okay. But yeah, there really hasn't been like gotcha. Like I like this one specifically because, again, there is a story with it. There's dungeons, so you can get gear. So for me, it hits all my itches. And the way they're doing it is, again, I finished the story mission. They're releasing the story missions day by day. So yeah, I just finished the story mission for the day. I now have to wait till, again, 13 hours, as you see over here, for the next mission. And again, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV again, a lot of MMOs burn me out, but the way they're doing this, because again, this is my main complaint I've had with 90 to 99% of every single MMO, is they immediately throw you in the deep end. They're like, here's everything that the game offers. Go at it. And it's just, it gets so overwhelming, so consuming. You're just like, I don't even know where to begin. This one, they walk you in. They're like, okay, here's the story mission. Story mission is going to give you the most experience points, okay? Actually, I'm going to go do a leisure activity. So, wait. I'm just going to go to the leisure activity. There we go. Okay. So yeah, most MMOs just throw you straight into the deep end. Hideyonki's blinking. I don't know. Yeah, most MMOs just do throw you straight into the deep end. Whereas this one, it more walks you into it. It's just like, okay, here's the story. That's going to give you the most experience points. But again, we're releasing it day by day for the next couple of weeks. And with that, we're also slowly increasing the level cap. Like today, I'm pretty sure his level cap might be around level 50. Receive 1 ticket for every 150. Receives get 1 popularity per vote. Okay, so now you just kind of... No? Yeah, I've gotten lost into this game because this is also on mobile. You can play this on your phone. Because specifically for these social events, so this is where it's not gotcha, it's just more do the stuff and you get the stuff. It's more grind, okay? I should say it's not gotcha, it's grind heavy. Which actually this is the perfect time. I like doing these social events because you get a lot of these things going. But yeah, these leisure activities, you get coins for participating, and then you can use that coin to use those coins to buy stuff. Which is why on mobile, this is great because you can be at work, move to the social area, do the social event, let the phone sit, let your battery get killed, essentially, and do this. But yeah, it's on mobile, it's PC and mobile, and again, you link the accounts, and again, you can play just about anywhere. I've seriously played this at work, so it is again. I repeat, I've gotten obsessed with this game. I have gotten obsessed just because it's like my phone is a good phone, but it doesn't have a case anymore. Yeah, yep, that was with mine too. That was with mine too. I'll keep with that. Oh, personal space. I can get rid of the wandering tales of the world. But yeah, this game is more focused on like social activities. Like again, it's got these leisure activities where again you get the points. Then they also have life skills, where it's gemology, botany, mineralogy, gem crafting, culinary, artistry, alchemy, smelting, weaving. It's like all these like trades, like trade skills that you can use to also improve your abilities. So it just does give you a ton of stuff to do. But the one I've spent most of my time doing is fishing. I spent a lot of time fishing. I've actually almost got 5-star Astrocard. So, but yeah, then you get dungeons where, again, yeah, you also get items that way. Yeah, nope, understand. And if anything, I think, again, side note besides this, it's not as grindy as some MMOs. Yep, Life of a College Student. Yep, I've been there. But no, like, again, school first. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've just, again, I have a 15-minute break at work. Seriously, I just log in and fish. That's it. That's all I do. And actually, that gets you most of your dailies. Ooh, that's not fun. That's not fun. Yeah, of course, they also have the season pass, which is $10, $20. Oh, wait. Automatically climb over obstacles without stamina costs. Ew, a bot. Ew, just ew. Let me just go ahead and there we go. Activate. See, I think right now max level might be 50. Gain the ability. Yeah, gain the ability to run on walls. Running slowly consumes stamina while standing still enters a wall hanging state that consumes no stamina. That freaks you. They hitting the go dance. I have no idea what this dance is. It's just the dance in the game. But like this is also like a good time for me go through inventory, that kind of stuff, check everything out. Yeah, I know that dude's a giant. Honestly, I like it in this moment because the music and the dancing lines up. Yep, already did that. Let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna go through my inventory real quick. Okay, I got those. That will be helpful. Got die pack. Will wish coin. Meow Lux. yeah, it's very cool. Like, again, I really like it just because. So Blue Protocol is from Bandai, so this is actually like a Japan company. So I like how it's like an actual Japanese anime that made a Japanese company made a Japanese anime video game, so to speak. And again, actually, I've been keeping an eye on Blue Protocol since COVID, actually. I've some with Greed recently, but it's a reliable company. You know what? Compared to Nintendo, they do not right. Okay. But nonetheless, again, I've been keeping an eye on Blue Protocol since COVID because once I got a taste of Genshin, I was like, I want a game like this that's an MMO. And then a friend actually was like, well, there's a game that's supposed to be out there called Blue Protocol that does that. And I looked online, and again, it was like in the beta phase, but it was only like a beta in Japan. So it was just very, very kind of tight knit. So I was like, okay, I'll see about trying to get into beta where I got a Japanese email. I got a lot of stuff so I could try to. I even like registered on a VPN to try to get it. But again, I originally liked the idea of Genshin, where it is just this huge open world for you to explore. Yeah, you also gotta remember, so for me during COVID, I was working at a computer repair shop. We were considered a business necessity because since everybody's working remote, we had to stay in business. We literally maybe got 3 people in a day. Maybe. 3 people was a good day. So we spent most of our time playing video games. We'd get to work on some of the stuff. At least in Genshin during COVID was actually insane time for me. Like, it was. And it was because, like, then at that point everybody was stuck inside and like, well, here's a game that's going to take us hours upon hours to complete. So, again, it did extremely well. I got all the way through. Again, it was like the first couple stories. Oh, there we go. We want to go to Yorkshire. So, again, it was that, again. We played Genshin, we played Valheim, and we played World of Warcraft. We started brand new characters in World of Warcraft and got them to max at that point. I was kind of more invested in like everything but the story. Yeah, the story wasn't like super well put together, I'll be honest. Yeah, the world exploring. That was the fun part. And if anything, that's also right. Like, I think Blue Protocol learned from Genshin Impact. It's like, okay, let's not. And again, I think they also learned from Wuthering Waves too. Is the story in it? It's a decent story. It hooks you. Oh, good crying! It has hooked me. But it's also like it isn't all of it. Wuthering Waves, I swear, is more freaking story cutscenes than it is an actual game. Like, again, I did 2 streams of it. I felt like I just spent the entire time just narrating. Which, don't get me wrong, for me coming from a background in voice acting and stuff, was good content, but oh my gosh. The game for like a little bit and I already got a limited banner 5-star instantly. Yeah, and that's it. Wuthering Waves. It's like, honestly, if I was to give it tiers, I put Wuthering Waves above Genshin. I really busted gotcha. Hey, then I don't see why you're complaining about gotcha games then. I have average luck. I understand. I understand. Because I at least like this one because it has the MMO aspect of it. Where it's like, okay, here's this quest, here's that quest, here's this quest, here's dungeons. Dungeons is what I love. I love doing dungeon delves. I love that kind of stuff. Okay, actually, I'm curious. How long does this event even go for? Because if I'm standing here for an hour, I can't do it. I'm not gonna stand here for an hour. Yeah, it lasts an hour. Okay. We're gonna go do a dungeon. Oh no, you don't need to talk to people. Are you kidding me? I don't talk to anyone. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean here in a sec. Oh wait, ooh, yeah. I know. I need gear. Here's what I'm looking for. Bengal. Of course, it's alright, Bengal. Oh, that drops like everything I need. So, this is the aspect that I like with, I'll show you the aspect I like most with MMOs, specifically when it comes to dungeons. See here, I think... Oh yeah, it does. It's got great movement. Okay, not quite ready for this one. We'll do Tina on hard mode. That's what I hated about things like Genshin. It wasn't a big world. It just took 5 business days to go from point A to point B. Yeah, no, I feel that. And this is where, okay, it is an open world, but doesn't feel like you have to spend the entire time walking. Like, they're like, here's a way to fast travel very quickly. And it's not like you have to discover every single one, and each single one is in a hard place to get to. It's more like, I think it's more kind of like Dark Souls, where there is a lot here, but it's more compacted. Like right now, all that's unlocked is this area, this area. I have not been to Windhowl Canyon, but it's this, and it's very traversable. And then yeah, all the little like whitish blue things, those are where you can fast travel. And you have a mount, so you can go faster. And you can glide. So like... Oh yeah, and you can get, and you have 4 or 5 jumps. And then they even have like a rebound skill. Yes, they do. So, boom. So this is even a natural way to move faster. Like, they really went with the parkour. And I can now wall run too. Oh, there we go. We're now going in. So this is a dungeon. Essentially, yeah. I personally would prefer like Kelsier, but that's more an obscure reference. Okay, let's see. Not this part. We'll get to the boss fight. He's just gunning for me. I think right now my biggest beef is this dungeon is the music. It just kind of does not fit this. Definitely an MO because I have no idea what's happening. Essentially this is just mobs. This is getting ready for a boss fight. Like you're making your way through the dungeon to go fight the boss. Okay. This next part, that's where you're gonna go, what the heck's happening? Not this part. Because essentially, we got the tanks up front doing their stuff, pulling aggro. AKA, they're getting the attention so that way us weaker in the terms of health and the back can focus on just putting out damage. This is the boss fight. Okay, so right now, I also have the debuff right now. I have a void sigil on me. that I do need to pass on. I'm going to pass it on when I have 5 seconds. And now. Okay, so now we also got to take down these 3. Oh, I went with the charge instead. There we go, now we go back. Okay, nope. We all get knocked around. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Where is it?
エングラムを
Let's try to dodge the
困って
attack.
るでも
諦めなくていい。君は俺たちを自分自身さえも救う。
Okay, so when you get to this cabinet, because she's going to lay down the spear. And now, navigate to the closet. He does it twice, detonates, and then we go back. Ultimate. And then yeah, you just gotta do damage. Your defensive skills. Okay, so we got. No, other way. Other way. There we go. Okay, so now we gotta focus on this one. Okay, I have the sigil on me. Okay, and I'll pass. I need to pass it. There we go. Got past.
守れティム戦争を
Okay. Get to the cabinet. Wait. Here's cleared. Back over this way. And up it up. What? How did I get down? Use a revive candy.
終わりワン助けられ
Like, that made no sense. Yeah. The game's still buggy, okay? I will say that. Because I believe what happened is I went in, like, again, I think the game said I went into the closet too soon, and thus I was therefore on the spear, and that is an insta-kill. But yeah, that's essentially a dungeon. And again, I enjoy some of those mechanics where it's more like, instead of just like attack, got to keep an eye on their surroundings, got to keep an eye on everything that's going on, because it makes it a little bit more entertaining, makes it a little bit harder to do. Whereas most of like WoW, Star Wars The Old Republic, okay, good. It took me, also takes you out of the party. Ooh, chest. Okay, so I got the Chaotic Realm stuff done. Season Hub. Yes! The reason I'm saying yes is because you also have ranks. And I can promote! I'm a novice ranger now. I've obtained an emblem. Good, good. It will open it on the 20th! That's level 60. Level 60 gear, level 80 gear. Okay. Okay. We'll go and enhance.
迷っちゃいます。
Oh, excuse me. We'll go enhance our equipment. Oh, fine, I'll walk there. Quickly. Yep, that's still going on. Handbook, that's the other thing. There's a manual. Got that. So I almost got this one completely done. I got day one completely done. Working on all the others. You need at least 8. Thank you. Okay. I want to test out this wall runner. Okay, so far it does run vertically.
Hey!
And glide. And drop. Maxim. Let us reforge. Okay, fine, refine. I will refine headgear. I'm 1 short now. I refine my armor. And call that it. Okay, now we'll go back to the leisure activity. Of course, because I'm inside and therefore can't summon my mount inside. Let's go, buddy. We can make it! We can make it! Yes, we can. Okay, We're now chilling in the event zone. Ah, back to dancing.
じゃん
It's live for 13 more minutes. Okay. At least this one is. I'm still eepy. Still very eepy. Not excited for 3 tests this week, bro. Yeah, no, that's 3 tests. That's a lot. That is a lot. Are there at least subjects you're decently versed in? Or are you like me and get test anxiety? Well, what subjects are they? Rose orbs. Philosophy, sociology, and I think psychology, but psychology might be in 2 weeks. Well, double check your schedule then. Now, personally, again, I don't know your studying habits. I don't know any of that. I'm just gonna tell you what worked for me. And I finished my accelerated learning program course where we essentially had like a final every 3 weeks. Good note taking is very helpful, and having an actual planner. Personally, for me, a physical planner I have to live with. Like, I have to have a physical planner, or else I will forget stuff. But again, at least with my accelerated learning, I was excited to learn what was being taught, essentially, compared to, yeah, some of the other classes I took. As one of the players in the world is, the NPCs in this game are way better than Genshin's NPCs. But also the other thing I would say is get a good notebook. Like, if you struggle taking notes, a good notebook actually makes taking notes fun. Like, so I used to live in Japan for a time. That's why I can speak a bit of Japanese. And seriously, their stationery is like off the charts. I loved their stationery. I was looking for reasons to take notes. That's how good it was. So what you're saying is you can write in a cryptic language that only you may be able to understand. Very hard. I repeat, it is a cryptic language that not even the creator themselves know fully. I know. Again, for me, I can't do typing notes. Like, the typing notes are okay, but it blurs in front of me. Like, not in the I can't read it, in that my eyes will literally go dead looking at it. And I'm just staring at a screen. I'm not reading it. Okay, good. They did give you a study sheet. That's good. But yeah, bottom line is you gotta find a system that works for you. It's really the sociology that I'm afraid of. Never had to take sociology. It's like psychology, but more complicated. So if I had to guess, it is going into what is and is not right in against society. It's more analyzing a sociological point in society. Like, again, studying society. That's my guess. It is the study of society, of social structures. Okay. Yeah, so behavior of society. Is this a required course, or is it a course you were curious about? Part of the program. Okay, so it's a required course. I'm trying to remember. I think you did tell me last time that you were essentially an art major. Can't choose any course until next semester. Okay. So is this associate's degree then? You try and get your associates? So that way you can then transfer, or like community college kind of thing, moving into a 4-year? Okay, not an art major, but an art school. Okay, so... Okay. So it's kind of like undergraduate... Okay, it's a 2-year program. Gotcha, okay. It's a 2-year program. It's very... Because, again, community colleges... Again, yeah. Very similar. Very similar. Gotcha. You have to do these courses kind of as the fundamentals before moving on into the actual stuff you're wanting to learn. Okay. Well, to quote Ted Lasso, quoting somebody else, be curious. I might as well get a post-secondary diploma out of the way. Yeah, it could be helpful. So, again, I dropped out of my original college, okay? I was going to a 4-year college that I dropped out of. And I switched over to a trade school college. Again, I went to a school called the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences, or CRAS for short, which is an accelerated learning program where they cover everything they would teach you in 2 years in 1 year. I'm talking certifications, I'm talking, like, again, they grinded it up. For me, I got to the point where I was failing so much, it was either I would have to retake several courses again, which I've already tried. But part of the reason why I failed wasn't actually on me. It was on because it was mostly group work stuff. It was group work online. And the course was only online. Like the class had an only online section. So to me, it was just like either keep failing the same class over and over and over again, or just drop out. Again, high school, yeah, never dropped out. Yeah, it was definitely a Sisyphus kind of situation. Where it wasn't even pushing a rock up the mountain. It was more like, teamwork, let's push the rock up the mountain. And they are actually the obstacles in your way. Like, there are points where I had to do the entire project. And it was seriously a 10 days worth of work. It was just... Because, again, you got randomly assigned people. This was an online course. So, again, there was no way to actually communicate with each other. Other than email, which nobody really responds to email. So it quite literally is just, and this is a required course. And it was, and again, all the courses that were required were these online courses that I had to take. And again, it was just, no, it just sucked. It was just like, and this, oh, by the way, this was all in 2013. Okay. This was like, actually, this was 2014, 2015. Okay, so online learning was still in its early stages. Like, nobody knew how to discuss it. This was before Zoom. This was before everything. Yeah, I sold. Yeah. I graduated high school in 2013. Okay, graduated high school in 2013. Lived in Japan for about 6-7 months. Yeah, no, they didn't even use Skype. There was no video call. It was just no video conference, whatever. They sent you a video you had to watch, said you watched it, and then like, okay, put together a PowerPoint presentation to send to your professor, who essentially was just like going through saying, okay, do this, do this, do that. Graduate school life. Awesome! Congratulations. You're in the early stages. Honestly, you're in a stage where you're still trying to figure everything out. You're still trying to, again, honestly, high school does not prepare you worth crap. Not last school year, but last year because I took a gap year. Okay, I gotcha. Hey, Robert, welcome on in. I know we're going earlier than normal. Yeah, literally my English teacher is like, forget everything high school taught you. Because high school doesn't really teach you anything. Honestly, okay. There is, I think, 2 classes that really stuck with me from high school. All my high school years. And that is history of comic books and pop culture, and actually a lot of my English classes, because it was definitely intertwined with pop culture. It's like, this book is important for historical, and history classes. Those are the 3 things that like stick with me. Math, I just need no simple. Oh yeah, no, again, I went to high school in Oregon, where quite literally Portland's logo is keep Portland weird. So yeah, no, we had some of like the weird, like again, actually my high school had some of the coolest classes. Like my best friend took search and rescue, where his entire, all this stuff was geared towards firefighting, search and rescue. Like there was a lot of cool stuff there. Okay, looks like the event is done. Didn't like the arts to put lightly. Yeah, not a lot of schools do. Yeah, no, and actually most of the electives, the teachers are like, we want to teach this. This is something we want to do. So quite literally, one of the history teachers is like, I'm going to teach the history of comic books and pop culture, because this was also the point where Marvel films were really starting to hit mainstream. So that's part of the reason why I took it, and it was to the point where it was after every single movie, my family would turn to me. It was just like, okay, what was this reference at the very end of after the credits? I'm like, I believe it is this reference. I believe it is that reference. Like, that has been the most useful class I ever had in high school because of the pop culture we lived in. Like, high school does not prepare you with crap. The classes they do need to teach is how to do your finances, Excel 101, how to take notes, how to actually take good notes that will work for you. High school kind of scared me for life. Well, school's just supposed to kind of prepare you, which they really don't. Because of course I enjoyed it and paid attention to the whole time was drama. Hey, drama's fun. Yeah, drama's a good class. Again, you're dealing with I actually only took drama a couple of years in high school because it was like the one class I could consistently get into. Because they did actually have like a video game programming class I kept on trying to get into. But for some reason, they're like, nope. It was dumb. I did theater. Yeah, did theater sophomore year. Just sophomore year, I believe. So sophomore would be 10th grade. That's the 1 year I didn't do it. That's the only year I did it. So we made up the difference. Yeah, I'm just spending this time running through the city. I was never in plays in high school. I did plays in middle school, though. I do need to find out one thing, though, I left behind in my high school. I drew a picture of Darkrai before, yeah, Darkrai giving the finger on a set piece for drama. I did, and I want to see if it still exists. Say again, drama class never did that to me. I was already this way, but I had to hide it. Darkrai, the Pokemon. Okay. Again, I apologize. My mind goes to a lot of. I have a huge fictional archive. If you have not seen Sherlock, definitely watch it, but they talk about the Mind Palace. Yeah, my Mind Palace is nothing. It's essentially a library of comic books, movies, and fantasy books. With 2 self-help books. Where's in his treasure? Is like from the movie, it's just empty until it needs to create. Ah, okay. Oh, actually, I know one thing I do need. Go to Statue of the Hero. Yeah, my mind is just. Got a lot of things. It goes into an idle mode, and then somebody knocks over a shelf, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's this, and this. And I hate being an adult. Everyone's busy. Ooh, let's do focused. Then maybe it's just full of knowledge that needs some organization. That's it. Because 19 is the age to do everything in Canada. It feels like an adult. Gotcha. Okay. Well, half of me gets it, but yeah. Sorry, I joke. My dad's Canadian, so I'm half Canadian. So that's why the half of me gets it. So actually, I do know the answer to that. The reason why they chose 21 is because due to, again, this is where I can be wrong with the science, but this is what was told to me, was that the human brain is finished, like, being fully developed at the age of 21. That's when the brain is, like, fully finished in its development stage. So that's why they say 21, is so that way the brain can fully develop before... Oh, okay, it's 25? Then I have no idea what's 21. Agreed. I agree. Well, also you gotta remember, I don't drink. Robert, you did it wrong. What's funnier than 24? Leave it at that. And then you do 25. There you go. That. Okay. Y'all are gonna get a couple lessons in comedy here. I don't drink at all either. It's like this. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink coffee. Okay. So, y'all are gonna get some comedy lessons here. Real quick. So, in comedy, and actually I will give you some main examples of this. Or coffee there as well. For me, again, my fix is soda. Like, soda is, again, it's not exactly the healthiest option, but you know what, compared to alcohol, it's a little bit better. But, so, there's a lot of principles when it comes into comedy. The main one that most people will know, actually they don't know it, but they experience it, is what's called the right turn. Meaning, they are going to establish one thing in your mind. Like, again, actually, I'm trying to think of this. Think of a good way to do this. They build your expectation to go one way, and then they flip it and go the opposite direction. Like, again, I remember when I heard that, immediately Family Guy came into my head. Actually, you know what? Got a good example. This one is, I'm going to say, it's more of like a bad example on that they tried to do this with. So in one of the bits in Family Guy, I had a chicken cross the road. You didn't. So here's the right turn philosophy. So in Family Guy, there's a bit where Stewie is in a business office. He walks past a door that is red and that says, "Do not open." So being curious, he's just like, okay. He's going to open it. For us in real life, we know that when you open that door, it's a fire escape. It's an alarm that goes off. He opens it and a gorilla jumps out of the door and starts beating him senseless. that's an example of the comedy right turn. Is we were expecting like a fire alarm or something to go off, and instead we get met with a gorilla. Again, that is I say it's a bad example of the comedy right turn. A better example that is a lot more morbid, I'm going to bring up South Park. In South Park, again, I'm going to use I don't like Family Guy's humor. It's too vulgar, and it's just some people dying and getting beat up. It's not very funny. Wait till I get South Park. So, South Park, on the other hand, I'm going to use the Scott Tenorman episode, where throughout this episode, Cartman keeps getting bested by Scott Tenorman. The episode starts off with Cartman trying to tell the guys, like, hey, he's hit puberty because he's got pubes. And the boys are like, what, really? And he pulls out just like some pubes. He's like, yeah, I bought it from Scott Tenorman. And so he basically shows the boys like, no, you have to grow. And again, the boys are like, no, you have to grow them yourself. He's like, what? Then why did I spend $20 on pubes? So it goes back, and then Scott Tenorman tricks him again with doing like the dollar changing bit. Where it's just like, okay, so now you give me 20, you give me this, you give me that. And in the end, Cartman only got $10, whereas now Scott Tenorman has 40. And so it's just like, it's a continuous episode of Cartman getting one-upped. So this is the dark, twisted bit. So Cartman thinks he's going to be able to... Actually, no, this isn't even a comedic right turn. This is just a dark, twisted story. So never mind, I'll go somewhere else. But no, comedic timing is very essential in a lot of this. What the heck? Oh, yeah. Him making fun of the dwarf. Yeah. Because dwarf is, I believe, the politically correct term. Yeah, I believe it's the dwarf community. Okay, actually, you know what? We'll go more family-friendly humor. Shows it as a grown man. Teen kid shows. Yeah, no, again, there's some good ones. Actually, okay. One example came into my head, actually. Oh wait, do I have to do mastery? Oh, I can spend a mastery. I got it. Okay. We're learning gemstone processing. I'm trying again. I got the show in my head. I'm just trying to think of a good example from it that does the right turn. Got it. I got it. Okay. One of my again, Gravity Falls. This is kind of a good example of the right turn of just something we didn't expect, and so it makes it funnier. Is at one point, yeah, it's a good one. Grunkle Stan is sitting there watching TV, and he lost the remote. So he's sitting in the couch. He's like, "Kids, where the heck is the remote?" And it's like, next on, and it is like a black and white soap opera. Like, again, think of like Downton Abbey, just like this very, very feminine centric show. And so he's sitting there, and of course for us, we're like, oh yeah, like he's like, this is like quote unquote torture for him. Yeah, Downton Abbey does slap. It does. But so he's too lazy to get up off the couch to go find the remote. So he sits down and he watches it. So, but last time we see him is him going, no! then it cuts away, and then when we cut back to him, he's in tears. He's just like, this is the story of my life. That is a good example of the right turn, is because we're expecting Grunkle's Stan to just be going, no, this is just torture, to he is invested in it. He is now feeling it. And then when, like, I think it goes awry, he throws the TV. I was like, we need a new TV. But the right turn is going from he hates this to he is now overly invested in this. It is that right turn. That is a good example of a comedic right turn, where we have Family Guy with a random gorilla popping out of a door, to Grunkle Stan originally hating something, and then we cut back and he's in tears, overly invested in this. Like, those are the two, like, that's like two examples of the right turn concept. Gravity Falls did it better in that regards, whereas Family Guy, they just try to quickly do it for quick gags. So, there we go. That's a little bit of Comedy 101, and so comedic timing. The other part, and I was wanting to cover this specifically with you, Robert, in this regard, is that, again, it's the comedic timing, especially with memes, is you got to build up to it. You got to build up to the punchline. You don't just immediately say what the punchline is. Although there is one example I can think of that actually they did the punchline first and then the joke. Yeah, no. Again, like, this isn't about me. I'm trying to pass on some of my comedic timing to you. So that way, because again, when it comes to a lot of acting, people always laugh at my comedic timing, so I think I'm fine. Yeah, well, good for you. But no, then this translates into a lot of acting, specifically in improv. Like, improv comedy, it can be very funny, can be very good, but kind of what goes into it is you gotta understand some of these comedic principles. And with understanding these principles, when you go into an actual reading for some voice acting work, knowing how these work can actually help you book more roles, especially if you're doing something that's very comedy driven. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen on Casting Call Club, somebody is trying to do a parody of an anime or a parody of something. They always do that stuff. So again, this is why understanding how to do these can really help you. I can never find anything on Casting Call Club. You have to like live there, be on there constantly. It kind of is, but primarily is because a lot of stuff on there is it's a lot of independent people trying to get something, so it's always not like the most, again, it's people who are very limited on budgets. I'm gonna say Melly, I know, uses, like, again, that's how she started her career with Casting Call Club, was through Casting Call Club. Oh, trust me, you do not want to deal with me. To use it, and I have auditioned for some stuff on there. Oh, okay. That'd be good. Need to find something that not only I feel like I would be good at, but something I'd be good at. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you at least again another principle that can be very helpful. So only auditioning for stuff that you will succeed in. Again, that's generally, again, good kind of rule of thumb for general casting. But not everything is going to fit you. So, yeah, sometimes you gotta just try something and go for it. It is getting yourself out of... So actually, I think it's a leap of faith. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here because we got enough people destroying everything. Into coaching and get over my voice insecurity is gonna be like that. Lovely Nixie. And more what I'm trying to get at is, so just in life in general, you have your comfort zone, and then, because again, there's like your comfort zone and then like way out of bounds, like I call it the danger zone. There's a point between the danger zone and your comfort zone where it is you're open to try new things. So find something that is close to your comfort zone, but is still outside of it. Which that in and of itself is a challenge. Skills hub? Okay. So right now everything is and hey, don't sell your voice short, okay? There is a voice type for every voice. Hi Benji, welcome on in. Because I wish I had more generic voice. So what you're saying is you can master a niche. Because here's the thing with generic voices, as someone who has a pretty generic voice, I'll be honest. I think my voice is pretty generic in some cases. Yeah, things are dying left and right. Yes, generic does open you up to a lot more roles, but you know who else has a generic voice? A lot of people. I'm still feels like I sound. Are you kidding me? That is like a fantastic range. A young teen? Are you? Oh my gosh, Melly would kill for that. Because you know how many like young teen characters there are? There are so many young teen characters. I made a friend. Yeah, most anime protagonists are young teens. So many kid shows are young teens. Like again, look at Dipper from Gravity Falls, young teen. That is probably my resting voice already feels like I'd fit a teenager, but dude, there is a market for that. Like I'd use to say it's villain's sweet spot. Again, it's knowing your sweet spot, knowing your archetype, and seriously just leaning into it. And actually, so Crispin Freeman actually does several workshops where one of the things he does is he goes through and actually tells people what their archetype is. Because honestly, I felt like my archetype was like a late teenager, like 17, 18 years old. Which, again, one respect is right for the age here. But I can also increase what I can do. Like another example like comes to mind is Todd Habercorn. Homework for this, but I've always wanted a deeper voice. You can also do creature and noises. Not to do. Okay, and now this is where I'm going to give you a bit of harsh reality. There's only so much there's going to be certain roles that you can and can't do. Like, how much I would love to voice several female characters, I can't. And this is where, again, if you want to stick with voice acting to be a hobby, have something fun, okay, then I'd say try to do your stuff and do that way. But yeah, creature voices is very taxing on your voice. Can really hurt it. Can do damage in the long run, which might take you out of the game if you do it wrong for so long. But again, there are classes that help prevent that. But and again, it's sometimes you send in your voice and people can assign you archetypes. My vocal coach blew out his voice for. Yep. Again, creature voices can just completely, utterly destroy your voice. Like I even have an orc voice I do on occasion, and yeah, that grates my throat because again, I'm not using proper technique. Using proper technique goes a long way. And understanding how to use the proper technique is also another challenge in of itself. But there are roles that you're going to be able to do. There's going to be roles you can't do. Either ends up hurting it every day anyway. Anyways, with just normal speaking. Okay, actually, let me ask you this. How often do you speak? Like, do you consider yourself chatty or do you consider yourself quiet? Wait, where'd the patrol go? Oh, they're right here. Okay. So then it might be either you're talking too much. It's either you're talking too much or you're not talking enough. I would say if you're quiet, you might need to speak more often. So that way it builds up your vocal cords, because vocal cords, like again, your vocal cords are a muscle that do need to be exercised. Again, there's a difference between exercise and train. I used to be chatty, but I became much quieter over the years. Again, overall, I'm pretty quiet. Like, honestly, streaming is where I talk the most. And especially when I'm doing a game like this where it is story narrative heavy, I do a lot of voices, and so it's a lot of voice acting and that kind of stuff. But for me, it's most of the time it's talking too much, or it's not talking enough. Like if there's been a period of time where I've not talked, then it happens. Up season up. There we go. Completed daily. And I can rank up. Okay, I need 2 more emblems now. Oh, monster hunt. Let me get this taken care of. And there's a lot of ways for you to practice and train. One of the ways, again, this is the way I always recommend, just because even if you're not going to go into this market, having the abilities can help you in the long run. but reading out loud. Don't even have to hit record, but reading out loud. Because just the simple act of reading aloud is a way to practice your voice. It is a way for you to start thinking into how some of these other things work, but not just like there is reading aloud and then actually like voice acting, narrating aloud, where it's you try to build the scene. You're not just going through and reading. Okay, I'm gonna use the chat. Wonderland 2720A, actually, awesome. Just spam a few regions and side quests. Like, there's a difference between that and going through and actually reading it. Like, reading it, building it, creating a world, and actually making it more immersive. And sometimes it's actually, you can even do some character studies from this, and that's going to help in voice acting as well, is figuring out motives, figuring out reasons, figuring out why they say this. Like one of my voice acting teachers said, creating a backstory can make one scene sound different than another. Like he uses an instance where it's two people sitting, it's a couple sitting down for coffee, and the line is essentially, "Oh, how's the coffee? It's good." So now, backstory behind it. This is where, again, to quote Shrek here, it's layers, it's onions, it's an onion of backstory, an onion of layers that you incorporate into all this. So keeping in mind of like, how's the coffee? It's good. Okay, the couple sitting across from each other, they've been married now for, actually, you know, this is their first date. How does that voice sound compared to a married couple who's been there for 50 years? First date, they might sound a little bit more excited, more nervous. So, how's the coffee? It's good. It's good. That's the first date. Been married for 25 years and it's been a happy marriage. How's the coffee? It's good. They've been married for 50 years and it has not been a joyful 50 years. How's the coffee? It's good. Just going through it and doing that, even when you're reading aloud, reading a story, reading a passage, developing and finding those layers and coming up with those layers, that will help you in a lot of different ways. That will give you practice in doing character studies, so that way when you do go through and try out a character, you'll try a voice. They've been married for 200 years and are tombstones. They faceplant. Actually, at that point, okay, so technically then they aren't married because it's till death do you part. Unless they're in my church. But anyway. That's a whole different story. But now you see, you're starting to develop some of those layers. It's first then if they're zombies. Ooh, I see a boss. Frost Ogre! I don't want to open it. That's not a writer. That's a concept guy. That's just a theory guy. say, I mean, if you want to. Tell me more about the zombies. Tell me about the zombification. Tell me how the zombie virus came to be. Give me the lore. Lore dump on this. That is basic attacks. Clarification process would be different depending on the time. Okay. Let me get a good place here. Over time, depending on the part of the body that was infected, the leg would take 24 hours, while the neck would take 1 hour. Okay, so does it actually completely inebriate them, or will they still have their form of consciousness with them? So therefore, if their leg is actually the point of zombification, could they just cut their leg off and therefore the zombification process would be ended? Or is it more associated with their bloodstream? Yeah, some kind of consciousness, but the only way he is singing. Okay, so very much kind of like how with most Alzheimer patients, actually musical memory is what actually does help them remember things. They caught their leg, yes, and they could also cauterize the wound, remove the infection. So therefore, it's more just like a slowly rotting away kind of deal, which actually would be very able to combat very quickly. Therefore, the zombie apocalypse would actually end faster than it started. Which even still, then if it was, then it wouldn't just affect their legs, it's more entering their circulatory system. Therefore, it's not exactly quite a zombie virus, it's more of a zombie bacteria. Because it's more of an airborne disease compared to something that actually requires a bite to it. So which they would essentially quarantine off the area. They could then purge everything in that area. And again, fire would probably be the best way to destroy everything. And thus, again, it wouldn't quite take hold. Ah, but you even said, depending on the part of the body, it would take longer. But now there's still the entire aspect of like how can, if it's airborne, how can it affect only one part of the body? Ah, see, now every single writer would actually say you do need to know at least something of the subject. So you would at least need to have an idea of the biology. of at least a basic biological standpoint. A writer, actually, a whole thing, part of being a writer is there is research that is involved with it. Most writers, but not the good writers. The good writers. That's what we're striving for here. We're not just trying to, this ain't D's get degrees level. We're trying to go C's to B's here. Minimum. Most writers, every good writer does research. Hey, and I'm pushing you. I'm pushing you to try and expand your horizon. To try again. I'm just trying to push your knowledge here. I'm trying to get you to think of the next step. You can, like, again, I'm not saying you had to pigeonhole yourself or anything like that. It's just, again, this is where growth comes in. And honestly, this is what a lot of writing groups do. A lot of writing groups will sit down and kind of pick away anything. Yep, they always have it when advice is being given. Whee! We fly. I have so many things I want to write, but I need to conquer voice acting first. I mean, the two aren't mutually exclusive. You can use your writing to help fuel some characters. Starts in several days. So again, it's all about peeling back the layers, creating something more interesting, more intriguing that way. And also, man, I'm down the sub game. I get. I'm just flying back and forth. Okay, so. And again, what I was talking about before is like, and this is what writing groups do, is they sit around and they critique what you've written. They critique what you've done so far. I think it's fair though to want to conquer one at a time though. It's more on, you got to know your abilities. You got to know your limits. It's more on the idea of like, do you just want to master one field, or do you want to, for me, again, this is me personally. I've been writing a lot longer than I've been voice acting. And again, this is where the creative arts can come together and help both. And this is where know your limits too. You can, if you're getting tired of voice acting, you can switch to writing. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It's more on, seriously, I have a myriad of different hobbies. I have a myriad of different things. Some of them will take more presence than the others. And again, and sometimes maybe by writing, you will then be able to fuel more of your acting, because you're now doing more of a study into a character, what makes them tick, what's their motives, what's their motivations. Like, again, this is where story writing and acting are not mutually exclusive. They can be intertwined. They are connected. Same with like sociology, same with individuality, it is understanding what makes people tick, understanding what makes people do the things that they do. And this is where, again, to get a character role, you can do research into it, or you learn the character archetype. By learning the archetype, you will therefore understand what goes into that acting. Again, the two are not mutually exclusive. The two need to be together. Like, again, I bring up Melly because, again, she is in every definition, I say a professional voice actor. She is a professional voice actress. And when she finds a role she wants, holy Hannah, It is all I hear about for the next day or two is her researching it, getting into every single detail of the series, the show, whatever it is. The character archetype, how this character archetype reminds them of this character, reminds them of this character, and they use that as inspiration. It is all intertwined. Research is the key in all this. Research, understanding, getting to a better idea of where you're wanting to take the character and understanding how that character works. And again, these aren't roles that she's gotten. These are roles that she is auditioning for. Again, to quote Ron Swanson, never half-ass two things, whole-ass one. Can I by any chance tell you my dream role? Sure, you can tell me your dream role. Or you can retell it. Again, there is a whole network out there of voice actors. There are Discord communities. There's Twitter communities. There's, Casting Call Club can help lead you to more communities. Voice acting classes, acting classes, because voice acting is just a medium of acting. We're all actors. So, yeah, Moro Dragon Ball. I have no idea if it'll ever get animated. So, again, the bottom line, I think the heart of all this that I'm trying to get at is that instead of, and again, I'm victim of this too. New Dragon Ball anime? Cool. Is that instead of saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, I need to focus on this, I need to focus on that. Main thing we need to do is stop using these as excuses and more get up and try to do something new. Try to grow. Try to understand. And that'd be cool if we could get into JoJo. But instead of saying, oh, I can't do this because of this, I can't do this because of that. There's a reason why we love our heroes in anime, is we see these obstacles, we see these hard things in front of us. And the heroes conquer them. They overcome them. Again, you don't need to be big, you don't need to be showboaty about it. Just go through, acknowledge the problems and troubles that you have. See them, acknowledge them, and then figure out a way to work on them to either conquer them or understand them. Because by understanding them, you'll know how to incorporate it, you'll know how it works, and you'll know how to grow. That is the beautiful part of the human experience, is that we are here to continuously learn and grow, get better, and strive for betterment. I need to channel my heroes into my life. That way I can just do it. Yes, that is why a lot of heroes I look up to. And again, I repeat, this is the reason why I love Brandon Sanderson's works, is because all his heroes, they do have some type of mental struggle that they go through, which is what makes it very interesting and very fun to watch. Not watch, fun to read, because yeah, it's author. And seeing them overcome it, seeing them go through struggles, go through their trials, go through their tribulations as something that I can relate to, it inspires me and makes me go, okay, I can do better. I need to channel Superman. I mean, if you can, you can. I would say, let me pull up 2 quotes. So this is a quote from the book Oathbringer, which is book 3 of the Stormlight Archives, Brandon Sanderson's work, by the character of Dalinar Kholin. He says, "The most important step a man can take is not the first step, but the next one." A lot of us can take that first step into doing something, but the most important step is the next one. It's the follow through. It's the consistency. It's the keep on going. because so many people give up after that first step. It's keep walking, keep going, keep doing. And then for when you feel like things are just too hard to bear, wit. As a writer, I have my philosophy, which doesn't really relate to anything but writing, but it's just because something has been done before, it doesn't mean it's less cool. Exactly, and actually that's even something South Park has said. So I'll get into that after I read this quote. Is that this is a quote from, again, in the book Rhythm of War by Wit, where the main character in this specific area, his name's Kaladin, and he is struggling, to say the least. And he's just looking for words of comfort. And so what he says is that it will get worse, but then it will get better. Then it'll get worse again, then better. This is life, and I will not lie by saying every day will be sunshine. But there will be sunshine again. And that is a very different thing to say. That is truth. I promise you, you will be warm again. And to go into just because something's been done before doesn't make it any less cool. It is very true. Going into one of the funny bits in South Park is Butters. Again, Butters is like the sweetest, kindest, most innocent character of the show. And he develops a supervillain persona called Professor Chaos. And he goes through and tries to rule the town with his misdeeds, like switching people's orders at a restaurant. Like all of his stuff is like the most inconvenient thing. It's just inconvenient. And he thinks it's like the most evil thing he can do. So he starts trying to do like some of these bigger schemes. He's like, I'm going to take the head off the statue in the middle of the town. And his second in command, his General Disarray, he's like, oh, you mean like from The Simpsons? He's like, what? All of his plans are essentially concoctions that came up from The Simpsons. So it becomes the line, is like, oh, Simpsons did it, Simpsons did it, Simpsons did it, Simpsons did it. Because especially when you're in the adult cartoon market, Simpsons has done literally everything. But just because they did it doesn't mean you shouldn't try to do it. It doesn't mean you can't take your own spin on it. So, as I end up this morning stream, I will try to be back on later tonight, streaming as well. Yep. Essentially, The Simpsons did it. Every single plan that Butters came up with, The Simpsons did it. But yeah, I will be back on later tonight to do another stream. This is where, on the days I have off, I will do I might be doing 2 streams a day. But I will be doing a morning stream every single day. So, again, guys, I gotta wrap things up. Because I do gotta go pick up Melly. But again, guys, keep doing your best. Try to strive for more. Take the next step. Don't just start something. Take the next step. Continue on. You got this. Okay? If you're facing challenges, it means you're on the right path. If anything, that's the logic video game has taught me. Is that when you're facing challenges and it's getting harder, but it's at least doable, you can do it. Actually, maybe tear a little bit. Again, glad I can help you guys. So with that, I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!